I've gone with a 4-5-1, Jim.
Well, most teams that use this system, Peter, will work it in a way where, yes, they'll have a 4-5-1 shape off the ball and ideally a 4-3-3 shape on it. We often see that 4-1-4-1 shape too, and that has an obvious flexibility about it. It's a popular managerial selection because of that. It's just extremely flexible with all the numbers I've mentioned.
So off we go then. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, David Alaba, one of the most versatile players out there. He's just got so much positional awareness and intelligence. He can basically do a job anywhere on this pitch. He's got fabulous technique too, especially with his delivery in and around the area. He'll be eyeing up any set plays the opposition concede in that defensive third.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Otamendi. Montiel. Messi. De Paul. Otamendi. McAllister. Otamendi, gently done. Schlager. And it's Rodrigo De Paul. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Lima. Alaba. Lienhart. Baumgartner. Lienhart. Baumgartner. Aim forwards. Lima. Baumgartner. Alaba. Lima. Grilic. Gregoric. Alaba. McAllister. Moved on forwards. Fernandes. Messi. Montiel. And it's Messi. Oh, easy pickings there. Baumgartner. Looks to the other side. Overhits and out of play. Messi. Baumgartner. Schlager. Alaba. Lima. Plenty waiting in the middle. Aimed in towards, climbs up big! Goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Austria break through nice and early, just as they wanted it. Romero, and it's played forward, played down the flank. Serves up across. That has been knocked clear. De Paul, and that's been well dealt with. And here's Messi.
Well, they're clearly focusing on that right side, Peter. That's where the crosses are coming from, where the danger lies. Messi clearly looking the key component now with the concentration on width. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team needs a wake-up call.
Now it's Gregoric. Time to deliver. Schlager. Grilic. Alaba. Baumgartner. Martinez. Montiel. Messi. Romero. That's really well manoeuvred. Calmly anticipates. Lienhardt. Schlager.
Austria, well, Peter, look how far up the fullbacks are getting now. This is really high.
And constantly after the ball, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're weighing up their options to see how long they can sustain this and suppress those wide opposition players.
Lima. Lima forwards and with intent. Fernandez. That's really well manoeuvred. And here's the Paul. Martinez!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
And it's played forward. Arnautovic, probing pass. Otamendi. Montiel, shifted upfield. Argentina are already trailing here early on. They cannot afford to let this get worse.
Well, I would say that they've only got themselves to blame, Peter. They've been caught cold.
Baumgartner. He's going to be disappointed with that. Well, they've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. Otamendi. Argentina needing to chase the game already. Lienhardt cuts it out. Baumgartner. Schlager. Grilic. Out to the right. Carries far too far and out of play. Martinez. And here's the Paul. He is just caressing the ball. De Paul. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Argentina have got it back and they'll have another go. He is through here. Now it's Baumgartner. Done delicately. And he's there to clear it. Oh, what a climb! Oh, couldn't quite control it.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Fernandez. Moved on forwards. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Romero, aim forwards. Alaba. Alaba gently done. Lima. Gregoric. McAllister wins the duel this time. Fernandez. Romero, aim forwards. Gregoric. And here's on Arnautovic!
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Otamendi. Fernandez shifted upfield. And that's put paid to a promising move. Schlager. Gregoric. He's through, and Arnautovic! And he has kept it out somehow.
Arnautovic really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Now it's Gregoric. Otamendi. McAllister. Moved on forwards. Alaba. Baumgartner. Schlager. Baumgartner. Schlager. Baumgartner. And here's Arnautovic. And here's Arnautovic. Chance for a shot! It's anyone's ball now. Cleared away. Baumgartner. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Oh, smashing header! Decent enough try.
Gregoric certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on. That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Schlager. There are a few waiting for it. Looks across and plays it in. A chance to play it in. Defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Argentina keep the ball, but can't do anything meaningful with it. That's really well manoeuvred. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Baumgartner. And it's played forward. Arnautovic spread out to the left. Nice control. Lima. It'll be a throw-in. Tagliafico. Alaba. Lienhardt. Lima. Schlager. Arnautovic. Baumgartner. Played out to the right. Baumgartner. Lima. Lima has been caught there, it's a foul. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Now it's Gregoric. Montiel. Romero forwards and with intent. Fernandez gently done. So what can they make of this? He's beaten the last man, Gregoric! He's done very well to get to that.
Gregoric is offering a wry smile there.
Tagliafico. Aim forwards. The pull is onto it in a flash. Gregoric. Alaba. Now it's Gregoric. He's got away. He's having a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Tagliafico. And that is as far as they're going to go. McAllister. That's really well manoeuvred. And the shot! Lima, now looking to orchestrate a counter. Now it's Lima. Gregoric. Lima. Played into the middle. It's a clearance, but not much of one. Messi. De Paul moved on forwards. Grilic. 30 minutes gone. Alaba. Alaba chooses to go cross-field. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Yeah, he's fouled him there. And he has shown him a yellow card. Martinez. And Martinez! Schlager. Oh, good spread. Back into the middle. Brilliantly cut out. Romero shifted upfield. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Baumgartner. Lienhardt. Leimer. Schlager. That's really well manoeuvred. Messi. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Martinez! It's there!
Argentina, the danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, something tells me there'll be a few more twists and turns before it's all over, Peter.
Montiel, that's a foul, no two ways about it. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. That wasn't the greatest of balls. Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. The pull, now he's off and running. Lienhardt cuts out the pass. Leimer. Moved on forwards. Baumgartner. Schlager. Oh, he's found support out wide. Punched away, takes a shot! Goal, Austria! Into the lead once more. Martinez, and he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Messi. Argentina, time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. Fernandez. Does really well to win the ball there. Gregoric. Lima, and it's lofted through here. Baumgartner. That is a brilliant interception. Fernandez. Otamendi. Tagliafico. Arnautovic. Gets it away. Romero. Otamendi. McAllister. Romero. Aim forwards. Montiel. That's a lovely, neat pass. He has found a way through. Martinez, and Martinez! Denied by an instinctive save.
Martinez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Schlager. Otamendi. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Martinez! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Schlager. Baumgartner. Lienhardt. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. It's run loose here. Tagliafico trying to keep this in. McAllister. So who's he picking out? Tagliafico. Tagliafico opts to play it back. Can he deliver? That's very neat. He's cut it out. Baumgartner. And it's played forward. Oh, it's come loose. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And he is going into that little black book. That had too much on it. Fernandez. McAllister. Tagliafico. Tagliafico. And it's played into the middle. Chance! Oh, good delivery. Almost the perfect outcome.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Moved on forwards. Have it back and can go again. Linhart. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Baumgartner. That's really well manoeuvred. Otamendi. Montiel. And it's Messi. Fernandez shifted upfield. Schlager. Grilic. Alaba aim forwards. Well timed, excellent interception. There's the whistle for half-time. Leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here.
It's kind of a hard one to call, Peter, isn't it? I mean, from what we've seen so far, both sides have provided ample evidence that they can add more goals, and I'm sure their respective managers have reminded them that the next one will be pretty crucial. So it's going to be interesting to see how the teams come out for the next period. Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that 2-goal cushion early in the second half.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Argentina can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Too much distance on that. De Paul. Romero. Messi. And it's played forward. And he's there to clear it. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Schlager. Grilic. Baumgartner. Leimer. Linhart shifted upfield. Fernandez. Moved on forwards. Well read, nice interception. Grilic. Linhart aim forwards. Alaba. Linhart. Alaba. Alaba goes on a charge down the left. Linhart. Linhart forwards and with intent. Messi. Otamendi. Fernandez. That's really well manoeuvred. Messi. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. The referee's awarded a free kick.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. That has been knocked clear. Aim forwards. And he cuts out the supply. De Paul. De Paul closing in on goal. Schlager. Alaba. Gregoric. Can he get onto this? Lima. Too long and over the line. McAllister. That's really well manoeuvred. De Paul. Fernandez. Messi. Montiel. Fernandez. Romero. Fernandez. Alaba. Lima. Succumbs to the pressure. Romero. Montiel. Messi. Fernandez. Messi has created one goal already. Montiel. And here's Messi. Lovely feet. Clears it away. Out for a throw. Lima. Baumgartner. Alaba. Ooh, perfectly measured that. Cleared without complication. Schlager, and he's managed to get free. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Martinez looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Well, he's profited handsomely already in this match, and at last their sense of danger has brought them to a possible solution.
Lima. Messi. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. So can they find a way to turn around this deficit? Tagliafico. Looking for a decent ball in. Hit into the middle. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Lima. Gregoric. Lima. Now it's Martinez. Montiel. McAllister. Montiel. Moved on forwards. Schlager. And it's played forward. Now it's on Arnautovic. Lobbed in behind. Here's the header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Otamendi. Fernandez. Tagliafico. Otamendi. The ball, chasing after it. Grilic. Schlager. Baumgartner. Proves too strong. Fernandez concedes a free kick for that. Baumgartner. Lima. Now then, the ball's come loose. Alaba. Oh, it's played into the... Goes for the header! Goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Spectacular header. He really flung himself at that.
Yeah, a diving header is always a pleasurable sight, and that was just about perfect.
So the lead now is 2.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
And it's Fernandez.
Austria might just have gone into conservation mode here. Their focus now is clearly to just hold on.
Austria have somehow to break through, though. Alaba. Alaba going full tilt down the left. And he goes cross-field. Tagliafico. He's in plenty of space here. A chance to play it in. And it's hoisted clear. Tagliafico. Fernandez. That's an imaginative pass. It's a mighty effort! Oh, nearly. But nearly is nothing.
Paul is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
It's a good run down the left-hand side. Gregoric will play through for the wide man. Alaba. Great defending, strong and determined. They get a throw in. Fernandez. Fernandez forwards and with intent. Great work on the overlap. Now that's a lovely exchange. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Montiel is fouled. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Defending of the desperate variety. That'll be a throw. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Lima. Linhart. Lima. Schlager. Played into space out wide. Now it's Schlager. The ball goes in. Up he goes! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Gregoric made such good movement to get in position there. We were all expecting much more.
Up towards the front line. Nicely intercepted. And back to the goalkeeper. Alaba. Baumgartner. Lima. Linhart. That's the throw. Gets good distance on it. Now that's well seen too. Now who's going to be first to this? Schlager. Lima. Linhart, driven forward. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Messi wins the duel this time. Montiel. Messi. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. Montiel. Messi. Montiel. Fernandez. And here's Messi. Messi delivers the ball. And that has been clubbed away. McAllister. And here's De Paul. De Paul! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Smashing header! He can get that clear. Talifico. McAllister. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, such a clever touch. It's gone out for a throw-in. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Lima. Out to the left it goes. Gregoric. That has been cut short. McAllister. Tagliafico. And it's played forward. Schlager. Gregoric. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Baumgartner. And it's Arnautovic. Tagliafico. Otamendi. McAllister. Moved on forwards. Lienhardt can get it clear. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Fernandez. Oh, that is asking for trouble. So who's he picking out? Played out to the right. Fernandez. The ball is loose and the chase is on. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Schlager. Now it's Gregor. Goes for a shot! And it's there! And they are pulling clear here. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Killer pass, perfectly delivered.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Otamendi. Messi. Fernandez. It's a promising run he's making on the right. Alaba. Alaba shifted upfield. Lima. Now it's Gregoric. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
De Paul. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And here's Arnautovic. Oh, that's nice. Schlager. And a shot! And he welcomes it in. And he's found a way past. No foul, says the referee. Alaba. That's really well manoeuvred. Lima. Aim forwards. Can he latch on to this? Gregoric turns and goes back. That has been knocked clear. Fernandez. And it's Messi. De Paul. Fernandez. Montiel. Messi. Montiel. Crosses it in. And he's there to clear it. And here's Messi. Gone behind for a goal kick. Fernandez. Oh, they can break here. He's found the way through. Drives. There's the header! Schlager. Lima. Alaba. That's a good run down the left. Lima. Baumgartner. That looks a cracking ball. Now it's Gregoric. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And that has been cleared. Alaba. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. That's been slipped through. Arnautovic. Plenty waiting in the middle. There are a few waiting for it. Schlager. He's gone for goal! Great strike, a test for the keeper. Baumgartner, and it's Alaba. Lima, Schlager, Martinez does really well to win the ball there. Martinez absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Cuts out the pass. Lima. Now it's Baumgartner. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Fernandez. Otamendi. McAllister. Played back to the goalkeeper. Schlager. Arnautovic providing an outlet on that flank. Arnautovic. Now here's the delivery. Montiel attempts a clearance. Tries to get it clear. And it's Alaba. Cross goes in there. And it's going to be another corner. They've played it short. Defending of the desperate variety. Alaba. Alaba gently done. Otamendi aim forwards. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Alaba. Lienhardt. Messi. Clears it away. Baumgartner. Schlager. Lienhardt. Moved on forwards. Now it's Gregoritsch. Baumgartner. Can he get onto this? Lima. Romero with the clearance. And it's played forward. De Paul. Otamendi. And the referee brings it to a close. Argentina cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Argentina lost their way after falling behind early. Their concentration was weakened and their character, and that's cause for address.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Señoras y señores, vengan con